Hey everyone, Susan Black here.
And Pete Black.
And the title of the Facebook Live today is Happy Days Are Here Again. And we'll get to that in a minute. But we really had a busy weekend, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
So
luckily, we didn't have to drive.
Right. On Thursday, we came live and we told you about this fantastic trail that we found that we went hiking. It was a little more of a hike than I really thought it was going to be. It took us about 2 hours, but it was fun and it was beautiful and it was good to be out in the fresh air. And then Saturday we went to Nashville and our son Jonathan and Courtney came with us and we went to the Cheekwood Mansion and we toured the mansion and the grounds, and then they had a Chihuly blown glass exhibit there, which was really neat. And then we went back at night when those those blown glass pieces were lit up at night. So it really was beautiful. So we were gone all day on Saturday as well. And I am very thankful that Jonathan likes to drive. And I got to be the passenger and I actually got to sit in the back seat. So it was a different perspective for me and I really enjoyed that. But again, my name is Susan Black and I help women conquer the effects of aging skin, to build their self-confidence and to bring out their inner cougar.
Rawr.
Rawr. Okay, so we've shared with you before about a thing that we're doing called Storyworth, where each week they give us a prompt and we share a story about that question that they ask us, whether it's from our childhood, our young adulthood, words of wisdom, or whatever it is. So this week, the question was, what were your favorite TV shows growing up as a kid? And mine, Tuesday nights were my favorite night. And that was when Happy Days came on. And that started in 1974. And then a year later, there was a spinoff from that came on immediately after Happy Days, and that was Laverne and Shirley. And those were two of my favorite shows. I really enjoyed watching those. And then on Saturday nights, as I got to be a teenager, it was so exciting to get paid to babysit and watch my favorite shows on Saturday, which was The Love Boat and Fantasy Island. Do you remember those?
Yes, but I wasn't a big
Those were some of my favorite.
That.
And I get paid $1 an hour to babysit 3 rambunctious boys. So anyhow, I want to know what Pete's favorite TV shows were when he was growing up.
Well, one of them was Lost in Space.
Mm-hmm. And I wasn't a huge fan of that one.
Yeah, it was science fiction, and when I was young, I was really into science fiction.
And when you go back to watching one of those again, you're thinking, "Oh my gosh, this is so cheesy."
Oh yes, yeah. Once I went back, I said, "Oh my gosh, it's terrible, terrible acting." It was not good. It's not good.
There was an older daughter. There was Will, and there was Julie. Then there was the robot, the parents, and then that professor type guy. I don't remember what his name was. Yeah. But the older
he snuck on to get onto the aircraft. And he snuck on.
He snuck on SpaceX.
Yeah, right. And so, but he was the bad guy on there. He was, but he had to go with all of us because we took, he couldn't get off. They kept going to
different places.
Different places, and so. But he was always the bad guy.
You always have to have a villain or a bad guy on most of your shows.
Yep.
But the older sister, and I don't remember what her name was, and she wasn't in the show that much. She would just come on. She used to live down the street from us growing up as a kid. I never knew her, but I found out that she was the older daughter in Lost in Space. So that's kind of interesting. So
you mean she?
There was the girl who played the older daughter in Lost in Space. She actually grew up down the street from me. When I lived on Red Clover. I didn't know her. But
wow.
Anyhow, so I know you have another favorite show too. Hey, we're the
monkeys. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that was. You got 2 for the price of 1. There were they were funny, and they were really good singers too. And
again,
they had,
when you go back to look at it, it's pretty cheesy.
Well, I mean, they did. I don't know if they made their own songs. Probably not, but they did try. I think sometimes to they wanted to get serious, and then so
they came out with some albums.
Worked, but
they had some
albums.
albums.
Yeah. I mean, there were quite a few in that genre. They would, you know, they would start, and they said, wait a minute, because they started without any. They had backups to play, but then they said, hey, we need to
do everything.
To do it, yeah.
And off of that same type of genre of show, I was a big fan of the Partridge Family, David Cassidy.
Yeah.
So think about it. Go back and think about what some of your favorite TV shows were. Compare them to the shows today. What are your favorite shows today? I know that we really don't have a show that we watch. You can tell by the things I like, the type of person I am. I like Hallmark movies. I like Downton Abbey. So it kind of makes sense that I grew up and I loved Happy Days and just sweet shows. And I remember I used to like to watch the old show. There was one called Dobie Gillis. It was in black and white. And then My Three Sons and Leave It to Beaver. Mm-hmm. So I like shows like that. So
you were pretty young.
Well, those were repeats when I saw those. They were repeats. But anyhow, think about it. Think back to the time that you were growing up. Think about the shows that you really enjoyed and how they molded you into the person that you are today. So let me know below. Let me know what some of your favorite shows were growing up. So until we meet again, remember to enjoy your journey.